Hey guys, what's going on? It's Chris at the Grid Hi-Fi. We're out here at our Houston location. We're about to show you something that's near and dear to my heart. This is the Barco Heimdall CS Plus. This is the bad boy mamma jamma. I've been lusting over this projector for over a year now, and it's finally here, and I can't wait to go ahead and get it unboxed. We're going to do a quick unboxing and overview. I'm going to let you know about this unit right here, and I'm going to show you guys the lens that's not included, but you guys can order a lens with the unit. We're going to do that right after the intro. It's Barco time. Me and you and you and me. All right, so included in the box, we have a couple different things here. Obviously, you have your quick start guide and owner's manual. Obviously, you're not going to be buying this off of the back of the truck. You want to make sure you're buying it from an authorized dealer, which is what we are. So pick up the phone, shoot us an email. We're happy to help you out with your Barco. Here we have our leveling feet, if you're going to be doing such a thing, but I'm going to be mounting mine to the ceiling. We have the quick and easy remote here. This is the quick and easy one, but you can also use the Projector interface on your laptop. And I believe that this also comes with the other standard remote, but I'll let you know if that's true or not. Included in the box are these big, crazy, beefy power cables. So these are pretty serious. I was looking at the spec on it. It looks like it draws about 7 amps, just standard. So this is a pretty serious C19 style power plug. And then you also have different variants because they ship these suckers worldwide. They don't really know where they're going. So they'll just include the power cords right in the box. So we have that there. Over here we have, I'll need to get instructions on this because this is my first Barco unboxing. And then you also have some straps over here. But that's kind of what's included in this. Let's go ahead and show you what else is in the box. So before I get into the actual reveal of this projector, let's talk about just the general overview. Native 4K, technically native 5K because it's CinemaScope, right? If you get the Heimdall CS, which is CinemaScope, CS is CinemaScope, this comes in a couple different variants. Heimdall regular edition, Heimdall Plus, Heimdall CS, Heimdall CS Plus. So between the regular and the Plus, we're talking about 1500 lumens. So it doesn't matter if you get the CS version or if you get the standard version, all of that is physically getting delivered to the screen, whichever variant that you choose to get. So I chose to get the Heimdall Plus CS because very specific reason. Whenever I'm watching my screen in 16:9, I got tired of the MadVR kind of warping the screen whenever you're scrolling up or down on images or it pans from top to bottom. So I wanted it just to be native. So I have gone native CinemaScope before, but I wanted to go back. And that was mainly the driving factor because of that warping type weird thing. You can get rid of it if you want to spend some time with your MadVR, but I didn't want to get in that detail with it. I kind of just wanted to get it right because, like, same thing. I'm sitting here shooting videos and editing them as well. If you get it right in camera, your post-production work is a lot smoother and a lot easier. So for my workflow and how I want to enjoy my system, just having it to where it's just native like that, I don't have to worry about it. So that kind of shows you what the Barco is, but this one comes with 120 hertz refresh rate. So gaming should be excellent on this one. It's a triple laser RGB. So you can also run this thing at full brightness, 100% brightness for 25,000 hours. Usually whenever you're looking at the specs on something like a single laser or like a mini LED, they're going to tell you that you have up to 25,000 hours, and that's if you don't put it on max brightness. Max brightness is like a logarithmic type of a curve. It's going to severely decrease that overall performance. This one, they kind of figured you're going to blast the sucker from the beginning anyway, so they kind of give you that ability. Triple laser, super quiet, solid state design, no moving parts in here, so 29 dB of noise floor whenever it's at full brightness at 100%. So that's something that's really cool as well. This has Dynablack in there. It is their kind of their Barco's way of doing tone mapping. So it will give you the brighter scenes will be brighter, the darker scenes will be darker. It's going to have enhanced contrast, and you're not going to crush anything or clip anything whenever we're talking about the overall image. I'm using mine in a MadVR type scenario. So my MadVR is going to be doing a lot of the heavy work anyway, but I kind of just wanted to give you guys just the general specs of this thing. So let's go ahead and show you guys what's going on here. This is a bigger projector than normal, right? It's a little bit big and beefy. Let's show you the back real quick. So this is the business end. Back here, we only have one HDMI in. Typically, you have two. This has one HDMI end. We have we only have one DVI in as well. We have SDIs, so if you're going to be using this in a commercial type of atmosphere, you can. You can also use it in residential. This display port is basically, I said DVI, I meant display port. This display port is mainly for gaming, so if you wanted to go ahead and reap the full 120 hertz bandwidth of this thing, you can. You can also do the high refresh rate through the HDMI itself, but obviously the game port is going to be the best. Couple USBs over here. These are USB-As. We have a EtherCon, which you can use for the unit itself. Typically, these updates aren't done over the internet. They are done via the USB. So you would format your USB for it, and then you have to do them in stair-step function. You can't say if you bought this thing and 10 years later you wanted to go ahead and update to the latest and greatest firmware, you have to do them each individual step. And if you have an older Barco, you're pretty familiar with that. This DC cable over here, I do not understand what it's for. I've been looking at it before and I've read the owner's manual, but I cannot remember exactly what this is for. You do have trigger outs, so if you want to actuate some curtains, or if you want to actuate, say, like your AVR turning on whenever your projector does, you can kind of create your own scenes there. You also have Crestron, RTI, Control 4, all that type of automation stuff built right in here as well, so you have the drivers already laid out and ready for you. And then that will pretty much conclude what's going on the back over here. Oh, we have these little fans here. Again, this is the only thing that's going to be moving in the entire unit. For the most part, these things are going to be off unless you have an extremely high usage rate on there. Up top, very simple laid out construction. This is pretty much not different looking wise per se than the rest of the Barcos that I've seen. It is a little bit taller. That would probably be the only thing that I would say that this one would be different than any other one that I've seen. Tiny little bit taller than a Bragi. This is replacing a Bragi that we've had in here before, but we figured that having the larger firepower would definitely work out better. So here is the front end of things, and I will take this off whenever I get it in its final resting place, but I'll show you guys the sneak peek here. And then over here, we have the Barco plate, and then this is to protect the lens itself. Out of the box, you do not get a lens. You have to purchase a lens with the unit based upon your throw distance, right? So your throw distance is going to be heavily dictated by several different factors. If you want to see it, if you want to hear it, if you have the space for it, if your room was already pre-wired for it, or if you physically want this unit in a completely separate room, right, and just have it as a bulkhead type operation with port glass. All those things are extremely important, so make sure you guys reach out to us because we want to make sure that if you buy a Barco, and I've seen this, I've literally seen this within the last 2 months, someone conned a person into buying a Barco without giving them the entire 10,000 foot view of what their theater is going to be. They ended up doing like a 15-foot wide screen, and they got a standard Heimdall Barco whenever that should have been a Neord scenario all day long. The measured foot lamberts on that job, which I was asked to go out as a consultant, the measured foot lamberts on that job were in the 20s for a projection image that large. And for you to spend this type of money and not get it right, that's not acceptable. So we don't let those things happen here. Apparently that was brand X that I was called in to be a consultant on, but we don't let that stuff happen here. So make sure you guys reach out to us as soon as possible because we're happy to help you out and walk you through. Because if we understand that this stuff costs some money, right? And you don't want to go ahead and just waste your money or waste time, getting the wrong equipment. But let me go ahead and cut here. I'll show you guys the lens in just a second, and I will be right back. All right, so this is probably the first shot that you guys have seen, except for if you guys went to CEDIA this year. This is the first time that we're seeing this lens. This is an interchangeable lens type system with the Barco here. So with the Hoder and below, they use, I believe, the same lens set. With this type lens set, you don't need the external York adapter. This will natively just pop right in without any extra cost. The downside is that this sucker costs a lot more money, right? This is the high contrast, high output type lens system. And this is roughly the same as I think a 67. This is the EN83. This is some big boy glass type scenario operation. I'm gonna put this thing down. Put it down on this. And then I will pop open this and show you guys what's going on in here. Smell that. It smells like new lens. Get up in here. Get up in that new lens smell. Let everyone experience it. So I am super excited about this, guys. Like I was saying, I've been waiting on this for over a year now, and I'm just tickled. I am tickled that it's finally here and things are actually happening, and I get to inspect and check this sucker out. So this is the same lens that we saw over at Cedia. If you guys saw the Heimdall at Cedia and for some reason you guys weren't happy with it, they had this lens on display, but they only had their projectors calibrated to roughly 40%. So again, these are like light cannons. You can use these things at maximum output if you want to. For some reason, Barco, every single time they do a demo, they want to create a uniform look throughout this, that, the other, so that you know what it looks like. The only time that I've seen it higher output was with the Nerthus, and that's whenever they had it calibrated to 300 nits. So if we're talking about this thing, this is like what? I'll show you the remote again that we just saw. This thing is massive. It's super large. It's about the same size as a cell phone. It is ridiculously large. But again, this is the high contrast lens, so you will get better blacks with this unit. And it's a little bit sharper as well because this has the latest and greatest technology built into it. And the rest of the lenses, they've kind of been around, you know, for a few years. This is the newest one that they have possible. So there's not much else to show you guys except for, I guess you can look at the back if you wanted to. Not super necessary if you guys want to check out this side of things. But over here we have the port to go ahead and get this thing installed in the front. This is a pretty heavy lens. So one thing I will say, whenever you're buying a Barco like this and you are going to be mounting it to the ceiling, these aren't like the days of old in which, for the most part, all the projectors, the big three out there, the Epson, the Sony, and the JVC, you can kind of just use one mount and just kind of forget about it. This thing by itself weighs 66 pounds. This thing by itself, I believe, is 8 or 9 pounds. So we're talking about 70 pounds of like hung mass, right? So whenever we're talking about that, you want to make sure that this thing isn't jiggling or falling down. So you want to use a mount that is commensurate with the weight capacity. But we have a couple different those options here. Chief mount is one of the ones that we're going to be recommending for you guys. I highly recommend doing that because you don't want to use something that will, you don't want to risk your investment, right? And if you guys are using this in a completely separate room, we have options for that as well. We have a completely different we have a completely different acoustics team that will help us mount your projector to where it's statically isolated from the rest of your vibrations in your room. But I think that's all I got for you guys. Let's go ahead and wrap this video up. Again, this is the Barco Heimdall CS Plus. If you guys want to grab one of these things, you guys know where to go. We are the Grid Hi-Fi and Home Theater. You guys can also go to gridhometheater.com, see why we're a 5-star rated company by our customers. We're happy to help you out. Please pick up the phone, shoot us an email if you like anything, if you have any inkling of talking about this or even anything else that we are familiar with. Give us a shout. We're happy to help you. Like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.